All right, well, good afternoon, Coldwell Banker George Realty. Today we're going to be having a lunch and learn hosted by Maria Howard. And she will be going over not only home protection, but also mindset over mastery. Mindset versus mastery. But thank you, Maria, because look at the spread that she brought us today.
Yeah, you TV that people, you missed out.
Delish.
Yeah, for those of you that are not aware about Green Street Cafe, it's phenomenal food. So thank you, Maria, for that. So without further ado, I am gonna point it towards Maria so she can get started. Maria, the floor is yours.
Great, thank you. Well, good morning. Oh, I should say it's good afternoon. What's that? Good afternoon, everybody. And for those who have joined us here in person, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Ruben and Peter, for opening up your office to us. One of the things that Ruben and I discussed prior to this meeting was bringing something that was new and innovative for real estate agents. And I know you look at me as somebody who's just the rep with home warranty, which is fine. But I'm going to show the connection between you and I. And I'm going to be discussing many facets of sales, which I've learned to incorporate in my own business, because I will share those floor plans that I have done for my own self. In addition to that, we're going to start real briefly with this video by Jim Rohn. Let me tell you, this video is really inspiring. It's 30 minutes long, but we're not going to do the whole thing. I just want to do the very beginning to get your palate wet and your mind thinking. So if you don't mind.
I need the cue.
What cue?
The robot.
Oh.
5 things have you already accomplished that you're proud of? That you've already accomplished that you're proud of. Next question. What do you want in the next 10 years? I want you to make a list of at least 50 items. Now, this is not what you think you can get. This is what you want. If everything fell into place and you could have anything you wanted in the next 10 years, what would that list be? Not something you think you can earn, not something you think you can buy, not something you think you can, finally be so successful you can get. This is what would really do it for you the next 10 years. I want you to make this list. And here's the deal now. I want you to put each item one under the other, not side by side, but one under the other. And make as long a list as you possibly can in the time I'm going to give you. One underneath the other, because we're going to do some things with this list when you finish. Okay? Just start writing now as fast as you can, abbreviate where you can, make a longer list. If something's private, put it in code so nobody can figure it out. They got a hold of this list. One underneath the other. As fast as you can write. Just let your dreams, run free here. Not what you think you can get, but what you want. If everything fell into place, you could have whatever you wanted the next 10 years. What would that? Little things, major things, insignificant things, doesn't matter. Just make the list. Places you want to visit. I've been to a lot of countries, but I got a long list of countries I haven't been to. Last year I checked Cyprus off my list. What countries haven't you been to that you'd like to visit the next 10 years? Cities you'd like to visit. I've never been to Venice. I've been around the world and all over Italy. Never been to Venice, so it's on my list. I haven't been to Egypt. Haven't been to Saudi Arabia. You'd think I've been everywhere, 13 years. Not yet. What experiences would you like to have the next 10 years? Parachute out of an airplane, star in a movie, play in a rock and roll band, win a gold medal in the Olympics, start a new family, try a new sport. What do you want for your children? That's a whole list in itself. Education, places you want to take them. What new skill would you like to learn for the next 10 years? When I started learning new skills at age 25, I learned sales, multiplied my income by 5 first year. I learned how to find good people, recruiting, multiplied my income. Learned how to organize, learned how to promote, rewarding people for small steps of progress. I became so good at that. My income was crazy. Maybe you'd like to get set. Write some books. The next 10 years. Some things right away, in the next year, someone out there. Benevolence goals. Maybe you've got a long list of projects you'd like to support. Now, this is not what you think you can. do. This is what you really like to do. Mark Hughes had a passion for helping kids that had drug problems. One year he gave $8 million. $8 million. When I first met him, he couldn't give 800. Finally, he could give 8 million. Andrew Carnegie said, I'm going to spend the first half of my life accumulating money, and I'm going to spend the last half of my life giving it all away. That's big time. In the first half of his life, he accumulated $400 million, which back then was a lot of money. Guess what he did the last half of his life? He gave it all away. So keep your list going. What's got you turned on? Have you been turned off until you got here this weekend? I want you to start working on turning your lights on for accomplishments. You can't believe what you can accomplish if you just work hard on this list. You know, it's amazing how adults have, a problem with this, right? Let's see. And kids don't have any problem. They'd be asking for extra sheets of paper by now. I mean, kids say, you mean anything I do? Anything I want the next 10 years? Yes, write it all down. They would go like crazy. A cabin in the mountains, upstairs maid, a cook, a chauffeur. How about your investments, properties? One of my goals was someday to be financially independent. We're going to talk about that a little later. My father convinced me years and years ago that someday I should be debt-free. Oh, no one anything. My mother and father practiced that. When I inherited the estate, all the lands and the house and the buildings and the things and the cars and everything, guess how much was owing when I inherited it all? 0. Not one penny, everything free. It is a glorious feeling for no one to have a claim on anything you got. If you want to be in the top 10 in wealth, is Bill Gates still number 1? The top 10 or the top 20? I mean, whatever. Maybe you're working on a new invention. Congratulations. Someday, make a list of your health goals. Gotta have a good physical support system. How healthy do you want to be? Eliminate some illnesses, eliminate some weaknesses. Get strong for competition in the 21st century. One of my goals was to have a residence in each season, for each season. Finally, check that off my list. So I can spend winter here, summer here, autumn here, spring, residence for each season, an apartment in Manhattan, ranch in Brazil. What would really do it for you the next 10 years? Some goals for your career, your business. I put a little revenge on my first list. Some of the people that said I couldn't do well, they were on that first list. Couldn't wait to get my new car, drive it up on their lawn, and say, oh, pardon me, here's the money to have it fixed. I mean, I had some stuff on my list, something that would give you incredible satisfaction. Old Testament, God says, vengeance is mine, all mine. No wonder he wants it all. It feels so good. If I was God, I'd want it all. What would really do it for you? Some scores to settle gently, but deliberately. My Japanese friend, Toru Ikeda, San Jose, California, put on his first list a Caucasian gardener. Hey, that's good, Toru. What would do it for you? A hobby you'd like to start. Collecting. New car, become a race driver. I got a neat little motorhome, right? Put the dirt bike on the back, and away I go. I'm now putting a fax machine in my motorhome, so I can be a little more in touch even when I'm gone. Here's my new mode for the future. In touch and out of reach. That's the new deal. So yes, you can, right? You can contact him, but you can't find him for a while. He's gone. So, what is your goal for the future? Get away. Something that would really serve you well in terms of refreshing, change of pace, skills you want to help teach your children. I taught my girls how to swim, how to dive. Such great satisfaction when they used to say, watch me, Daddy, watch me. Look how good I am. You taught me, watch me. Got a good phrase for you. This is a good one to put in here. All life seems to wish to reward its benefactor. All life wishes to reward its benefactor. If you take especially good care of the flowers, they will bloom especially bright for you. If you teach your children, they will want to show off for you. Daddy, look how good I am. All life takes delight in rewarding its benefactor. What classes would you like to teach? My friend Lydia Colon, who 20 years ago invested $1, now she's a millionaire. one of her specialties is helping young parents do a little marriage counseling. Right, some of those early years, right? 2, 3, 4, 5 years, those early years are pretty tough to get through. What specialty would you like to learn, make a contribution to society, make a contribution to your community? Does most everybody have a list of 50 now? Okay, that's almost everybody. Okay, now put a little star there, right, that
You can
says
stop it right here.
you can continue this list. This doesn't mean this is all.
So, this video is longer.
Let me stop
I-
sharing.
Yeah, you can stop sharing. I would like, Ruben to send out the link so that if you wish to continue, because there is more to this. And like when we stopped it, he's telling everybody, now that you completed your list, I want you to put a number at each of them. And the number was 1 for 1 year, 3 for 3 years, 5 for 5 years, and 10 for 10 years. The majority of the people in this video had very few 10 years. Because most people, when they're planned, you have 1, 3, 5 years, but nobody really goes further in the future. And he made that a very important point in the video. So therefore, I'm just leaving you that little nugget to complete the video on your own time and listen to it again. And maybe encourage yourself to start a list. Maybe you don't start with 50, but as he was speaking to the audience, he was letting them know that this list is not endless. It doesn't end there. It can continue growing as ideas come to you, or you may take something off and add something else. And that's the benefit of lists. So I interviewed my husband this morning because he's a very smart businessman. You may not remember to pick up his socks, but doggone it, he's a very smart businessman. So I interviewed him and I asked him, honey, what is the difference between mindset and mastery to you being a business owner? He sat there very quietly this morning with his coffee and I'm having my tea. And he goes, mindset is a requirement for achieving a goal. The video we just saw, the title was Mindset. So everything that Jim Rohn is telling his audience and making these lists are goals, right? The next one I asked him was, what is mastery? Mastery occurs with the application of the mindset consistently over time. Repeat that. Mastery occurs with the application of the mindset consistently over time. That made me realize a lot. You know, we all hear these words, mindset, mindset, mindset in the industry. We also hear mastery, mastery, mastery. And many people might think that they're the same, but they're not identically the same. They run alongside each other and they cross each other, but they're not identical. A consistent mindset leads to mastery. In a world full of distraction, it's challenged to have a consistent mindset. Would you not agree with that statement?
Worse.
The world, what's going on today, what we just came out of, COVID, the pandemic, that has all been disruptors and distractions for life. How many of you have struggled to get back on a routine where you feel the fluidity in the moment, the momentary of your actions? Do you feel fluid now? Do you feel like you're moving and you kind of stumble over a pebble, but you can't seem to grip to get back to that place you were before COVID? It is a very, very difficult time, not only for some of us, but for others more, especially those of us that have been challenged with health issues during the pandemic. Those are the ones that take even a harder toll. Come on in. So here's another distraction. How many use social media for your business? You don't do too much social media?
I'm already social.
Very good. So another distraction is social media. It may be it could be their kids, It could be their health. You might be focusing on one's feelings. If you're always thinking of your feelings, what happens to you? You get a victim mentality. You think of your problems like, woe is me, I'm the only one, why? And for many of us, we get stuck there. If someone made you feel or did something to you, would it distract you from your mindset? And the answer is most likely yes. The quicker you can figure the quicker you can figure out, the quicker you can, oh, here it is, my own handwriting. The quicker you can forgive, the longer you hold on to to a healthy mindset. So the quicker you can forgive, you can hold on to a healthier mindset because you're not getting disruptors in your head of what is going around you in your home or outside. And this is what affects the trajectory of our business. Yes, is the economy more expensive right now? Are things going up? Yes. Are less homes on the market, right? All these things are distractors. That if you let social media and the news deteriorate you and put you in the Debbie Downer mode, guess what? You're going to stay there. So I asked my husband, with all that you said, now what about a solution? He said, one of the attributes is have a servant's heart. Serving our clients reaps benefits for both of us. Why? Why does it benefit both? Can anybody answer that when you're serving your client? Yeah, both of you. Why does it benefit both?
Well, because you feel good about helping somebody, and in return, is, helping each other.
Yes. You provide a financial security for your family, and you're helping someone get into a dream. Or you may be helping somebody transition from a lifestyle they can no longer be in because they are declining in age or health. So these are the things that you provide as a service to your client. He even quoted this quote from Zig Ziglar, which I'm sure you've heard it. You can have this is what Jim Rohn just said. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people and get what they want. Didn't you just say that? Yeah. It's a win-win. It's never upside down. It is a win-win if your attitude and your mindset is in the right place. And those are the things that I feel are important when you're learning mindset and mastery. Now, I don't know what that is for you. I don't know if reading a devotional in the morning like I do, I have my devotional time. For those who may not know, yes, I do believe in God. He is my Heavenly Father and I serve Him. And when I do things for God, my life is so much better than me going out the door without praying to Him to help me bless my day. Because no man is promised tomorrow. That's
Yes, yes, amen to that.
so mindset, again, of what your belief system will help you go in a better direction. So you have to ask yourself, what's your distraction? What is that for you? Think about that. We all have them. What are you holding on that is distracting you from the present? What's that for you? And the reason why I say that, because in the world of psychology, they call those blockages. They're blockages. Think of the Chinese acupuncture chart and notice how they have the meridian levels, right? The health flow. If anything in the body has a blockage, guess what? It's not running efficiently. Well, our mind's the same thing. If it's cluttered with a bunch of stuff, how are you gonna get to point B if you're still stuck at point A? You can't get there. That keeps you from, it says, okay, holding on to distractions from the present. That is keeping you from a servant mindset. Again, you are in the service business. I'm in the service business. The goal is consistency, mastery is the result. The goal is consistent, mastery is the result. People who have mastery have the ability to receive irregardless of the messenger's disappointment. So those are little tidbits, little tools, and little things for you to think about in your mindset today. I say that to you because I want to challenge you to go back and really dig for yourself. And again, I don't know what that is for you on a personal note. All I can do is share my experiences in life. And I was sharing with Ruben, we were talking about, you know, I know home warranty is a very important facet of real estate business. You know, you offer these to your clients, but when you offer them to them, are you explaining to them and giving them the complete realistic expectation? I actually had an agent in an office tell me, my client's very upset with me because I told him everything would be covered. You just did the first cardinal rule of the home warranty. You never say that, because I realize that now. Again, if she had explained to her client, the mindset would have been different. She would have understood what this offers to her and what does not. Another important part of your real estate transaction is your title rep. We are here to help you navigate and produce successful transactions. We are here to help you protect yourself and your client. How many realize that you and I have a lot more in common? What is the commonality of what we do?
We sell, you know, our business.
Help clients,
Yes, we sell what?
service.
Service. We do not sell anything tangible. So therefore, that's why our business is very relatable. Everything that you do in the business world, I do the exact same thing. But I work with real estate agents. You work with principals, buyers, and sellers. So all your frustration, lack of motivation, your daily grind, your family, your disruptors, your distractions, guess what? I have the same struggles. I do the exact same thing. I don't do anything different or special. But what I do is make sure that I get up and do the right thing in the morning. And that is my devotional, writing out my prayers, thanking God for another day, looking at what's grateful. Where's my phone? Let's see if I can get him on here real quickly. It comes on here. Here he is. Looking at that little piece of sunshine like my grandson.
Oh,
16 months.
it's gorgeous.
I'll get emotional in this part.
Oh.
I am living my best life now. I never thought I'd be a grandma. I didn't know that was going to happen for me. And I'll share you a quick story, because 2.5 years ago, I had a health issue. And being a runner, you would have thought, oh my gosh, she's the picture of health. I'm afraid not. I also had an issue. And God carried me through. I didn't know if I would be around to with my grandson. So the fact that I'm still here, and God still has a purpose for me, I'm living my best life. So this is the little thing that makes me want to get up. My daughter looking at life. the way it's supposed to be beautiful. And no matter what happens, no matter what the naysayers say, I'm not gonna listen to that. I refuse to listen to that. So I said to Ruben also that I was going to talk about touches. I passed this one out for everybody on the table. This is for you to take home. It is an outline. It is not set in stone, but I want to help you to get through the end of the year, but also to start thinking of how you want to enter 2024. What does that look like for you? Your 1 year, your 3 year, your 5 year, your 10-year plan. This is an outline to tell you how to develop campaigns, marketing campaigns, strategize, how to keep in front of your sphere, how to reach out to your clients, how to keep in touch with them. You know, I have a real estate agent in Pasadena, and once a year, he does a customer appreciation event. This year he did it on the day of ice cream. He actually sent out an email block, because I was on that email, inviting me to come for a social hour of ice cream. All his clients came, he paid for the truck, and the neighbors were invited, his clients were invited, and everybody came out to have some ice cream on a late Saturday or with the Saturday evening. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So he gave back to his community what he appreciated about them. Do you think those people that were in his neighborhood where he lives, plus everybody else, is not going to remember that special touch? They are.
And they're gonna tell people.
Thank you. Our best advertisement is what? Word of mouth. There's nothing better than someone affirming you, service, and trustedness. And go to Cindy. She is an amazing realtor. Ruben is a great manager. You tell your clients, you let them know, I'm at Coldwell Banker. Why are you here? Why did you pick this office? When you start digging deeper, you start understanding your purpose. And now it becomes inspiring. So you inspire yourself to get up every day because you're working. Like I chose to work with Old Republic. Why? Because I believe in the product we are providing. I could have went to other home warranty companies. In fact, I've been approached many times. But my answer still comes back no, because I believe in what I'm doing. So this outline here, and just to tell you real quickly, my territory, I cover the West San Gabriel Valley. Now, many of you farm, right? You do your little farming. Like how many cities do you cover in your farm? 2, 3, 4, 5.
One,
How many?
should be one,
One, minimum one. But are some doing 2?
perhaps, yeah.
Okay. Guess what? My territory, I cover, I wrote them all out, 32 cities. How in the baloney do I cover all of that? In Pasadena alone, there's 166 real estate offices. Arcadia, 116. Glendale, 213. Los Angeles, 51. Let's try Alhambra, 62 offices just in Alhambra. Rowland Heights, 58. Diamond Bar, 89. Which other one is a really big one? But I go all the way out to Walnut. So if I don't have a plan and how to strategize my month, how in the world am I going to be able to cover everybody? I can't. I have to have an ironclad system. I have to be organized. I have to be prepared. I have to think methodically. I have to think of the events I go to. Is it worth my time? Is the activity I'm doing giving me the results I want? That is so huge. So on the 33 touches, it gives you 3 by 3 week 1, 3, 2, 4. It also on the next page, it gives you like January. You can use January phone call, business mailers. February, Facebook, business mail. March, magnets. April, personal cards. How many send out personal cards?
You mean postcards or?
Postcards. Postcards or thank you cards, whatever kind of card. How many of you do that? Say thank you. Yeah, thank you cards. Okay, perfect. You should be sending out at least 5 of those a day.
Handwritten, right?
Handwritten.
Yeah.
Handwritten. Now, Canva, if you're not using Canva, it's free. They have a free one. I have the paid version, but I built little campaigns. So here's one that I did. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate your visions and I look forward to serving you again. My information there. I sent this during the springtime. So depending on the season, I do them seasonal. I'm in harvest. I have another one at home that I'm working on now, and it's for harvest. And it says the ones of clients, because we have a database that tells me if a real estate hasn't used us in the past 90 days, I send them a little card. Being missing you. So the word Ben is spelled bean, B-E-A-N, missing you. And then I put a little bag of jelly beans in there and I write my name and I send it off
Does that go to the agents or to the brokerage?
to the agents, specifically to the agents. So you can find so many ways to be innovative. There are so many Pinterest. There's ideas everywhere. You could go to an event. I went to an open house, and I kid you not, this is probably one of the cutest ones I saw from a real estate on an open house caravan. She had her business card, and in there she put a little doggy treat, tied it up with a little bow and her business card. The doggy treat. Who doesn't have dogs? I think most of the world has a dog, at least an animal. But she put doggy treats in a little bag, and she put them in a basket. I thought, how cute is that? I loved her idea. Guess what? I incorporated it for myself. Why not? They're just ideas. There's no wrong or right in this business, but the one thing that is wrong is inconsistency, commitment, purpose, mindset, mastery. Those are the things that should be in your arsenal every day. And that's what I do. That's why I'm still here. And I celebrated 7 years yesterday.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. I've been in the real estate community 43 years. The best part of my job is meeting individuals. I love to meet and talk to people. Cindy and I connected more at the Pasadena Pacers. We ran, and one day we were at a running group, and I looked over and I go, oh my gosh, look who's there, it's Cindy. And we bonded over running. Whatever that is for you, find the niche to bond and connect with somebody. You'll be surprised you'll have more in common than you thought you didn't have. So again, I hope this whet your palate to help you think more deeply. Go behind your reasoning, because sometimes we just get so mundane every day in our daily grind. You know, my husband, when we go to travel, we'll travel one way, but we don't come back that way. We come a different route. He will look on his phone and it goes, oh, I see this. We'll take this. And I'm like, how much longer will it take us? It's only 30 minutes. Yeah, translation, it's an hour. But I love the fact that he's adventurous and he wants to try something new. Are you adventurous?
Yes, too much.
That's okay. Adventure brings wonderful surprises. And if you don't take the step forward to do something different, how are you gonna know if you like it?
But my kids won't do the things that I do. That's the only thing.
That's okay.
Okay, you could just do it.
My daughter hates to run. She just looks at me, she calls me Jandis. She goes, oh, mother of pearl, Jandis, why do you like to run? That's what she tells me. She wants Pilates. And I'm like, why do you want to go to a class sitting on a machine? You see? We love different things. Doesn't matter. We're both getting good exercise. And that's all that matters. Does anybody have any questions for me? Something that kind of made you think a little bit? This is my first time doing this.
Oh, it's
I-
fabulous. I mean, this is one of the best, and I've been
Yeah.
around, I've been to a lot of conferences, even in my past employment, but yours was amazing. It's speaking from the heart.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I was kind of scared doing this. So
We have,
All those quotes that, I liked all of them. The
Yeah.
first one, can you repeat that one? Something mindset is needed to achieve a goal, but there was something else in the very first quote.
Oh, mindset?
I mean,
Oh, it is a requirement
Oh.
for achieving a goal.
maybe you could give me some bullet points and I'll mail it.
You know,
to
I'm
you.
gonna type my notes
Yeah.
out because mine were.
Yeah, just give me the bullet point.
So
I would appreciate it,
so
yeah.
that you can use them again. And please go back home and do listen to the rest of Jim Rowan's video. It was really good for me. I listened to that and I'm telling you, I have to figure a way to be inspired every day because no one's gonna do that for me.
Yep.
I have to be my own little cheerleader and whatever that takes. Now, I'm not always on point. I'm gonna tell you before I wrap up, my last thing, I ran the St. George Marathon and I was sharing that with Nicole earlier. I've been running races for almost 13, 14 years. And I went to St. George because my daughter was there and I go, what the heck, I'll just do the St. George Marathon. And me and my mindset, thought because I've done it before, this is a piece of cake. I'll do it. Did not expect that morning to not feel good. Literally woke up with a slight sore throat, my head hurt. I was exhausted from the trip. I was just like, whatever. And I knew as soon as I got to the top, because they drove us up on the bus to Pine Valley, all I could say is, Lord, get me through this. Just get me through this. Get me through this. Because I literally did not have time to train. And the reason why I didn't train is because my husband had a motorcycle accident and he had fractured both his ankles, which he's had 5 surgeries since June 11th. He goes back tomorrow again for the 4th visit for the plastic surgery because they have an insert here, take skin, tissue, do a flap, put things. And I did it all myself. So my training program was derailed. My mindset was disrupted and I was distracted because of the healthcare for my husband. I didn't do anything the way I normally do. In fact, I broke every single rule on the day of the race. I say on race day, you never change your plan. And guess what? I changed my plan. I had to take some natural stuff probably because I wasn't feeling good, which made me feeling worse. I got to mile 13 and I'm sitting there with tears in my eyes and I'm questioning, why are you doing this? You have no business running this race. You didn't do anything the way you normally do. Where was my mindset? Pretty bad. It was failing miserably. And God always brings the right people at the right time. Here comes the phone, rings. I'm carrying it inside my trousers because I have a place for my cell phone. Pull it out. Who's calling me? Oh my gosh. It's my friend, Coach Hilda. She talks to me in Spanish because I speak Spanish. She goes, Maria, ¿dónde andas? Where are you? I'm at mile 13. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna call them up and just take me out, drive me to the finish line. Maria? Da, 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 da. She gave me my lecture. Went on for 10, 15 minutes. I can't even remember what she said because I was like, oh. All I know is that whatever she said, switch the hat. Okay, coach, young man at mile 23, call me back at mile 23. She did. I getting there and I said, game plan switching. It's not running the whole thing. You're gonna power walk, and you're gonna do 5 ones, 5 ones, 5 ones, which is run 5 miles, walk 1 minute, which is terminology used in running world. Normally, I just keep going, not this time. I got to mile 23, she calls me up and she goes, where are you? Going down this. I go, I'm 3 million miles away from the finish line. You see? Good job. Call me when you cross. Okay. I got through. Was the worst time I have ever had in my whole life.
But you finished.
But I finished. Why? Because I had made up my mind at mile 13. It doesn't matter how fast you go, just cross. Wasn't that right? Doesn't matter how fast you go. There's no deadline for your goal. There's no deadline for that trip to Paris. And if it doesn't happen when you think, okay, put it back another year. But just get there. So I crossed the finish line with tears in my eyes. And all I kept thinking is my daughter called me, Mom, where are you? I'm turning the corner. Good, Enzo's waiting for you. As soon as she said Enzo, put on my Fiat sliders. And I took off and I started running my normal pace. I bolted into the finish line. Again, my mindset was challenged and I had to figure a way to get back. So that's my little story for Saturday. But I finished.
Good for you.
Thank you, everybody. Please come back for a second.
Green Street.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
it's like-
good.
I would go there at least twice a week when I was working out there.
Okay, well, we have so much more. Please help us.
Before we end, does anybody? Maria, before we end, does anybody have any questions online?
What we've been just talking about.
Peter,
No, I'm fine.
you good?
Yeah,
All
good.
right, come get some food, Peter.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody, for attending. I hope you guys got motivated. I did, and we'll see you next Lunch and Learn.